Hi, guys. Today is Thursday, October 22nd, 2020. I'm going to explain the science and social studies assignments for the day and give you a little bit more information about what we've been discussing in class. Before we begin, I'd like to make sure that you are aware of Miss Fairchild's post. She says that next week is Red Ribbon Week, and we will be having some fun activities for next week, whether we are virtual or if we are in school. So hang tight, and we'll be explaining what those assignments are. For social studies today, we are still talking about the three branches of government, and the last one we discussed was the executive branch, which was yesterday. I want you to make sure that you watch the vocabulary video one last time about the three branches of government. Remember that we have three branches of government: the legislative, executive, and judicial. They meet in Washington, D.C. The legislative branch meets in the Capitol building. Remember that the legislative branch passes laws. They make sure that our laws do not violate the Constitution. They also are responsible for creating our country's budget, and they have the power to declare war. We have two senators from Kentucky, Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul, and one House of Representative from our area, and his name is Hal Rogers. The judicial branch meets in the Supreme Court building, and here is a map of Washington, D.C., the U.S. Capitol, and the Supreme Court building is right behind the U.S. Capitol building. Remember that our judicial branch of the government is responsible for making sure our country's laws are in line with the Constitution, and they are not voted on by the people, by us, but they are appointed by the president. And the Senate has to then okay the nominee, and then they have a lifetime appointment, which means that they can be on the Supreme Court until they decide to retire or pass away. The executive branch deals with the president. He lives and works in the White House. And if you look at the map again, here's the White House, and over here is the U.S. Capitol building and the Supreme Court building. You can walk from these buildings all the way to the White House if you were to go and visit Washington, D.C. We all know our president is Donald Trump, and our vice president is Mike Pence. We will be holding an election on November 3rd to decide whether or not Donald Trump stays president for 4 more years or if we get a new president. Today, your assignment is to click on the three branches of government review, and it looks like this. It's a slide deck that's posted on your Google Classroom. It's posted here. And you are going to tell me 3 facts about each branch of government. Now, I wrote, you do not have to write incomplete sentences. However, you can't just tell me or write 18, because I have no clue what 18 means. You have to make sure that you write at least enough words for each fact that it makes sense. So if you want to write president for executive branch, I know that the president is under the executive branch. That will be okay. But if you type the number 18 in one of these boxes, I have no clue what that means. So make sure that I can tell what your facts are without you writing in a complete sentence. You do not have to write in a complete sentence. You can just give me 3 facts for each branch. If you cannot remember any facts about the branches, I have posted the 3 passages that we read during the week down below so that you can use those if you need to. Those are the assignments for social studies today. For science, we are still talking about inherited traits and learned behaviors. And I want you to go on to MyOn, which is on the Clever app, MyOn. And you're going to be reading a book called Teeth, Claws, and Jaws, and these are all inherited traits. It is in the folder, the project folder called Animal Traits, and you should be able to find this book. This book will read to you if you need it to read to you. When you are finished with the book, I want you to take an AR test, and the quiz number for the book is 148513. You can use that to type into AR so that you don't have to type the name, but you can type this in and it will find the actual book. The last thing you're going to do for science for me today is a quizzes. This goes over inherited traits and learned behaviors. Now, this is kind of like a culminating quiz to see if you actually know the difference between inherited traits and learned behaviors. So make sure you do a good job. In addition, there's an optional STEM Google Meet that we are going to complete today at 12:30. So if you would like to join my science STEM lesson at 12:30, I would love to have you. It's going to be about bugs, and at the end of the STEM lesson, there will be an art project, and we're going to share those on a Padlet after we're finished. So if you love art and science, then I would totally join me today at 12:30 for a STEM lesson about bugs. So make sure you come back at 12:30. I will have a link, a Google Meet link, posted about 12:25 on the stream for you. All right, those are the assignments for science and social studies. If you have any questions at all, hop back on the Google Meet and we can answer your questions. I will see you at 10 o'clock, hopefully, for our whole group.